So let's have a look how we can cross-pollinate both of those die sets together. So we are going to be using the Beautiful Life Journey, and we're also going to be using the Memory Book Maker. So we're going to be using both of those die collections to make a page, but we're also going to be using the essential dies to go in there to decorate and add that extra little bit of oomph. So what we have done is we've cut out so far one of our pages. We've used the matte and layer that's in that set, so that's got that beautiful little scalloped edge, and then we've come down a size to give ourselves that patterned background. So you can see that that is going to fit perfectly into that page. Now, bringing in your other die components from the other book, we're going to place these so they flip-flap over the front. But what we want is, let's get rid of that a minute, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that that is central to the middle of that page. So I turn it over, I put a score line. We're going to take the tape and we're just going to put some tape just above that little score line, and we're going to fold this over on itself. So central to the page, up to the score line, and bend it over. So that has given me a little pop up, but I want one underneath. So I'm going to take my die cut, I'm going to level it over itself so it's all perfectly aligned, turn it over and do exactly the same on the back. Take some more tape and then we're going to place that on the back of there, take the tape away and then fold it back over. So just make sure that nothing's come misaligned, because once this is stuck, it's stuck. So realign and fold it over. So I've now got my open up bit, okay? So I've got a large space here that I want to fill. So we've taken those pattern dies out of that little book collection, which is going to be that one there. We've used the base, we've cut a second one out, and we've also cut the detail into that one as well. So let's stick that one together. So all the way around there. And we're going to place that onto its friend, because I want to see the white of the cream popping through that one, but yet I'm still going to see the patterned paper behind. You can see how perfectly that is being made to work alongside it. So that is going to go into there. So let's place that into the middle of there. Now this is going to be a little boy's memory book of descriptions. So I've just got some beautiful papers and we've mounted them up so that whoever you're giving it to can actually put the boy's name on there and the weight, for instance. So that's going to go into that segment there. So this is going to come up and this one's going to come over. So we need to decorate both of these, okay? But this one is going to come over the top and I want this one to lock, okay? So we're going to start with that one. So what I have got is I've got some cream, I've also got some blue, and the blue is going to be my base because it's a nice contrast, yeah? So, same die, but we've cut it out of patterned paper this time. And we're going to do a little bit of chopping. So we're going to chop straight through the middle of that one. So we've now got two halves. The cream one, I'm cutting either side of the scallop, okay? Because when we're doing these little pockets, there's nothing worse than your paper actually fraying at the top. So by doing this, it gives us a little area that we can just wrap over. So let's take our adhesive Let's add that onto the top. So let's leave that one to dry for a minute. Let's take this one. And that one over the top. And then what we're going to do is turn it over. Just give it a little score line. It's just to give the paper a little bit of persuasion to bend, because it's not going to want to. So let's take some high tack. You can do this with normal glue as well, of course you can. But just a little bit of tape on there and on there. And then we're just going to turn this over the top. So that just gives you such a pristine edge on the top there, okay? That one as well. So all you're going to do is just come in with your scissors, and where they are just popping out, just give them a little trim, because you don't want that one showing from the underneath. Okay, so taking the pockets, the bases, we're going to stick those on now. So just around the edge, like so, and that is going to sit onto the bottom like that, and that is going to give you a lovely pocket for the front. So just like that. So because we've got pockets, we need decorations, don't we? So I have some little tabs, but I've also cut out the little dies from those essential sets, and these are going to be your tabs, okay? So let's do those. So we're just adding some adhesive onto there, and these are going to sit just proud of my paper, fold it over, and that's instantly giving me a little pull tab to be able to pull them out, and they're just going to slide into those pockets. So these could be photographs, they could be all sorts, could be cinema tickets, it could be whatever you want them to be. So that one is going to go into that pocket. So let's have a look where we're going so far. So let's open this up. That one is going to sit onto there. This one is going to sit onto the bottom. Okay, so let's stick that one down. So into the bottom of there. I've got a little picture as well just to stick on that pocket, just to break that design set up. So that's going to fold in. Okay, now this one's going to fold over. Now because this one folds over and I want a magnet close in, I need to put my magnet behind there before I close it up and decorate that one. So taking those cheeky magnets again, make sure you've got two, so you've got the north and the south in the right direction. Taking a little bit of high tack, two little squares. So put your tape on one side, take the tape away, we're going to place it on there, put the other piece of tape on the top, take that away a minute and close it up, and now we can stick it down. So that is actually hiding where that magnet is. Okay, so you've got that flip flap effect. So let's go ahead and do the other one. We're going to do exactly the same with the other one. So that's your base, that's your pattern. Remember, cut it in half directly across those segments. This one we're going to cut slightly shorter. We're going to place this one straight over the top of there. You can see how once you get into the motion, you can see how fast you can actually motor with this. Once you've got the idea in your head, it's all just going to come together with no problem. So let's take that away and let's fold that one over, trim, take your base, place that onto there, just hold that down a bit, it's just not quite stuck on that other one, and then this one. Is going to sit nicely on there. Once again, I've got some little pictures just to incorporate in there, and one for that top one. Oops. But we need its little tab, so those are little essential ones, but don't forget those lovely paper clips as well. They're going to add another dimension to it as well. Straight over the top, fold it over, so that's going to sit in the pocket. We're going to close that over, and now we have got all these patterns to go on the front, and all these dies in your collection. You know, have a play. Start maybe with just plain coloured paper and see how you like them to look. You know, do you like the starburst effect, or do you want the plain ones? You know, there's loads of different ones in there for you to play with. So let's just hold that for a minute. And let's go ahead and add our other panels, because these are going to sit in the middle there, nice and nested. Yeah. So that one is going to go into there, and we're keeping it quite clean and crisp. So we've got baby boy that's just going to go across the front there, but then our page comes back into play, because then we can put the matten layer onto the front of that book, and then this is going to go onto that matten layer, which is going to give you a beautiful little page for your book, but it's showing you that you can literally mix and match both die sets together. So using your large square, using your decorative book, you can still incorporate both sets together.